Welcome, everyone. My name is Vandana, and I'm the creator of Vandana Light Healing. And this is my New Earth Ascension show. And we are so graced and blessed to be hosted by the beautiful Loren Gailey on her New Earth One Ascension Network. Or is it New Earth Ascension One? No, it's New Earth One Ascension Network. And this is so divine that the names of our shows just really kind of fuse into one New Earth platform. So on this telesummit, I am excited to feature amazing speakers like the one we have today, who's an amazing and beautiful soul, beautiful healer, so gifted, so genuinely sincere and pure and just crystal clear, and I love working with people playing with people like this. This is a 5D golden age. This timeline, this ascension dimension is all about co-creation, collaboration, unity, and community consciousness. So I'd like to just invite everyone who is listening now or on the replay later to kind of sit back, relax, rest, and digest everything that you're going through, that you've been through, and everything that is yet to come in this unprecedented timeline that we are all in together. We're all in this together, as they say. We're here to back, support, and bless each other. So with that being said, I'm here to introduce you today to my special guest, Matteo. And I met him through divine grace, divine intervention, through a beautiful soul that we had on the show before. And this beautiful soul was introduced to me by another beautiful soul who is a master ascension teacher. So we are already in this beautiful divine timeline of ease, flow, and grace, where we're all coming together in the sacred reunion as a divine soul family. We're all divinely being led and guided to our highest divine destiny, meeting our soul groups that are, that we're supposed to meet, that we're supposed to reconnect with, where we can support each other and heal the world together, right? Come together as one heart. So thank you, Matteo, for being here today.
Thank you for
I'm so happy to have you here.
It is beautiful, and that's very true. Like, everything is kind of like accelerating for sure, but in a beautiful way, that we are all together. It's this feeling of being unified more and more, and everybody's working at his little area. I mean, very often we can hear like at different levels, but I believe that levels are now kind of an old concept, and actually working in the here and now is one of the most beautiful things, where you can totally erase this notion of up and down and right or left. Being centered is where we're called to be now, like never before. And in this beautiful situation, in this beautiful alignment, we receive. It's as simple as that. I feel that there is to me lately, I will speak for my experience, that I receive more than ever in my life lately. It's unlocking so many abilities, and since maybe 2 or 3 years, I feel through my personal journey, it's almost like a recall, like a remembering of what it is to be human, but what it was to be all of those aspects that we were and we will be as well. I had the concept of the timeline have changed lately for me. It was about 6 months ago, something like that. After inner work, I started to realize that the way that I was describing my timeline with the future in front of me and the past in behind me totally changed and wasn't relevant anymore. And the new paradigm became that the present and the past are more sideways now. It opened next to me and no longer in front something to achieve and in the back something that I've been through. It really became something sideways where I can just navigate more easily and welcome different timeline and different information that they're like finding me centered, actually.
That's the key word today. Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like the theme of today's show, today's episode, is about how to find our center and how to align with the divine above us, below us, and within us. And I'd love for you to share just a little bit more. I don't have your bio right in front of me, but I feel like this is also another divine intervention, because we have to learn how to feel comfortable in the moment, in each and every now moment. And this just feels so natural and pure to be in this state of grace. So can you tell whoever is meant to be here and find you, find me, find we, because this is about us and we, not about you and I. So we're moving out of the veils of separation into the truth of oneness.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us maybe a little bit about what really led you up to you feeling like that you had permission to share your light work, your healing abilities, your telepathy, your creativity, your cosmic creativity with the world, and to really feel that you have permission to express your true self? How did this unfold for you?
Mm-hmm. Well, it took time to unfold. Obviously, it's a life journey. Even if I'm right now in this time life 32, I feel that I spend a lot of time prior to where I am now getting ready for that. So for those who feel that they're this feeling of not being ready, no worries. There is a time, and not being ready is a mental concept. It's a concept that you can break through, and it will tell you a lot about who you are when you're gonna start to work with this notion of not being ready or not being worth it. I grew up in the south, in the south part of the countryside of France, in the very middle area. A lot of forests, far away from neighbor, and most of my childhood was in nature, literally in forest. My mom used to honk for me to hear it is time to go back home. And what is interesting is this time of my life is pretty hard to recall. Maybe I spend so much time out there without maybe working on building memories. It's very interesting, but then growing up in this kind of very perfect, idyllic condition with my parents and my brothers and sisters and a lot of animals around, I was really in heaven until we move out of this beautiful house, build a new project for a bigger house to become another sister. And this time kind of like started to shift. I entered to teenager time and kind of locked down everything at this time to fit in, to be with others, to understand the social relationship too. And sometimes speaking out your mind is not very welcome. So it took me a long time to look back to my true self, more closer to this inner child that it was already present and not worried about everything around. So with this will of really helping others, I started to study social work, and I've been working with handicapped children from a mental disability to physical disability, and realized very quickly that something was missing for me to be the best with this type of people. when I realized that it was a matter for me of the body, I was asking them to work with their mind and understand concept and being present, building social relationship, learning how to write without passing through the body, and putting this as a common ground. So I choose to stop those studies and this kind of like work to go to art, where was my first inspiration. When I was a kid, I was very creative, and went to college to study theater, quit theater to study dance. Because again, I realized that through the journey, the body was calling. The body with no words, the body with no concept, just the physical body. How can I move what have been given to me? How can I make it my own? How can I be the master of this body? And with the dance program in the south of France, it become, I think this is where things started to realign, because I received beautiful, beautiful knowledge about how to move your body safely and how to really build this relationship. And that's because I came to college, I was 20 and started to dance at 20 years old. All my classmates was already dancing since childhood in their like dance program and everything. Mm-hmm. And a lot of girls, I was the only boy. It was like a full revolution, but I was like here for something, because my deep will was to learn as much as I could to bring this knowledge back to people in needs with their body.
Yes.
But I've been very enjoying the program, and I studied deeper dance. I went to a choreography school in Estonia, did my diploma there, came back to France, danced as professional dancer in Europe, and on the side was exploring still a lot of yoga, meditation. Through this beginning of the journey with dance, Amma came into my work.
We're both Amma devotees. Amrita, Amma is known as a divine mother, or also known as a hugging saint from India. We found out this is another connection, a divine connection that Matteo and I both have. I didn't even know when we were introduced from our other soul family members. I didn't realize that you were also a devotee and that you received her grace as well, her hugs, her blessings. So so this is another synchronicity that many of you are probably experiencing more and more during your awakening. So Matteo, it sounds like your awakening really gradually, gently, and also swiftly allowed you to really fly into, your highest light, and to really feel more comfortable in your body vessel, your body temple, and to move the energies so freely and easily. So this feels like it was such a great awakening and major step in your personal evolution that you're sharing with other people now.
That was for me, the key point, the entry point was connecting with my body. Maybe because I'm an Aquarius, I'm a dreamer, I spend a lot of time in the ether, imagining a better world for everything and everyone, that something was in my journey calling me to ground that in the body. And I think, yes, going through the body and even knowing it anatomically, I study a lot of science behind that, because I really want to have artifact to explain what I was feeling inside, all those connections. And after dancing this improvisation time that I allowed myself to do, after that I can sit and let message coming through. It's really feel that I'm moving my body to wake it up, to move all those fluids and connection of tissues and things. And when I come back to stillness, then message can occur. Then there is something that it can come in, like a transmission come down. It could be resolution of issues that I had by giving me another point of view, or information that I know that I don't know what to do with it, so I will let it with me as a carrier of this information. And one day this knowledge, this information will be unlocked and offered to everyone. I pray a lot also every night, and in my prayers, I require that if there is any information that they can be contained by my body and my light for others at any given time, I'm willing to be the carrier. Regardless, I can understand or benefit from the information. I let myself to just carry, be a transmitter, like being here and sharing what it can be shared. If that resonate with someone, then it's good for them.
So beautiful. With that being said, I feel like this is the perfect time to show the listeners, the audience, whoever is connected with us now, a little bit of a beautiful choreographed or cosmically choreographed little video that you put together for us.
Exactly.
And I wanted to thank you. It's just so beautiful and elevating. So I'm going to share the screen and we'll just watch this together. And this is a transmission, so everyone can enjoy it, receive this beautiful activation. And I'm going to play it right now. So just well, in this case, you don't want to close your eyes because you don't want to miss this, but just allow, whatever armor to unzip that's around you, whatever heaviness you're feeling to just kind of diminish and to just soften and settle your nervous system and just breathe and allow your body to sway with the body of Matteo and his guides. Wow. You know, Matteo, I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because watching this a second time, I really can see more clearly now that there's so many layers, the nuanced layers
Mhm.
of your movements, um, and seeing different versions of you revealing themselves and like shifting into this different like imagery, or maybe different lifetimes or different timelines and different possibilities, in your movements and the elegance and the intelligence of your, the way you just were really feeling so deeply into your body, really feeling so present, so centered, grounded, yet so expansive. Um, and then the desert in the backdrop, and the skies, and the white sand, everything together was just such a treat for the senses. And I felt, watching as a witness to your movements, that my body, it's almost like my body felt on a cellular level like encouraged to also move freely. and and I was noticing parts of my body that feel stuck or stagnant energetically, or even emotionally, with all the suppression and the tension that we're all feeling in this, with the frustration that's going on. So I was noticing things about my body that also felt like encouraged to also move more freely. And so I wanted to thank you
Well,
for.
thank you for sharing that, because obviously it's a video. I don't hear what pretty much people receive when they see it, and it is true that there is a part of this work is an intention to be received through the body. We have a beautiful capacity as human with our body, is called the empathy. The body empathy is literally what you can see outside, you can feel it inside. So if you see someone running and if you really focus on this person, you can feel your heart getting a little bit accelerated. Same with joy and all of that. So the kinesthetic empathy is very powerful even through a video. So with that understanding of my body can influence others, I really try to come to this place of peaceful harmony with myself and let go and dance. I want also to add that yes, I've been studying dance, but I haven't danced for the last 3 years for one reason. I had to remove all those layers of being a dancer. I was stuck with the vocabulary of the body. The body, when you start to dance, you learn a lot of different styles, a lot of choreography, and it can tell a lot. I was looking to remove all those layers to refine what it is my true movement, what it is to be myself as a dancer, and not using references or using a choreography, or being even less than by influenced by the music. Obviously, in the middle of the desert, I didn't have any music. I just put my little video for personal record. I do that. And when I saw what I found, I was just, I receive as much as you received, and this is where I feel that it is this part of me that is at service, because there is no judgment that I used to apply to myself, and now I'm free to just let go of that. So it's another key of how to access to your possibility. It's stop the self-judgment, self-diminution. There is something that is greater than you that is working through you. And if you let that happen, there is no mistake, there is no judgment, and there is no reason to be afraid of. So I really felt, because I was tuned at this time in the desert and I record that, I it's not my work. I have no ownership on that. It's just here to serve and help. Obviously, I worked on the edition, on editing the video, adding those extra movement and little mirror effect. This was
That
for
was
me.
beautiful, by the way. I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed and appreciated the videography. And I was going to ask you, who were you lucky enough to meet, or who shot that for you, this footage? So you did that all by yourself. You're so
Yes,
talented, amazing.
I have this art thing that I have an hard time to express myself, to really ask people to do what I visualize in my head. So I took the time to do this and that, and just it works. I just follow my intuition. There is something who say, this is it, no more, no less. Or, oh, this is an interesting path. You should maybe start to work with this. And it's only at the end, it's like really working with tiny, tiny pieces. And when you step back, you're like, everything falls together perfectly. That's amazing. This effect that I create, this double effect, is out of a mistake. It's something that I was doing with the computer, and I'm like, I don't know really what I'm doing. But
yeah,
and
it worked for you.
And that was another insight to give me, like, go this way, let this step happen, let those, we want to control a lot of things, but by letting go of this control, you realize that all around you is full of abundance, and it's ready to serve you. It's just about surrender, maybe, and being less egotic, being less, this is who I am, and so they're gonna use that to define me. It is not me, it is me. It's the same relationship of being totally carefree.
Wow. Well, this is a beautiful and magical example of how to be carefree and how to just be peacefully aware and to just enjoy the gift and the blessing of every presence, and just being present. That's the only way we can discover this beauty, this purity. And what I wanted to ask you is, how do you, I wanted to talk a little bit about your healing practice and about how you heart share your gifts, because I know this was called sublimation, which is, it's really, can you just define the term sublimation for people that were watching the video and saw the title and weren't familiar with this term, first of all? And then I want to just ask you if we could talk more about your current healing practice and how and what you were able to, the higher information that you received from your guides, and how you use that with other people's bodies.
So sublimation came very naturally as a title. It was a word, again, something came, it was this. And sublimation, through my personal studies, I realized that in psychology, it's a term that when you have this moment that you don't know what to do with what's going inside, I'm going to put it in my own words. There is a description under the video with a more understandable writing. But for me, it's this time where things are bubbling inside, and it could be good, it could be bad. It's just something very internal. And at some point, you could spit it out. You could just be mad and scream, or sad and cry, or joyful and laugh. It is understanding as the body is a container. What can I do with this energy? How can I cultivate those inner moments, and being really benevolent with it, to understand that this is about to show me something, regardless it is different aspect of emotion. It is here to teach me. It is here to make me understand better my way of functioning. So the sublimation is the way to take those information and turning into something that it could be acceptable by the society. So how can I tell that I'm multidimensional, intergalactical, and all of that without having to find people that they understand this concept? And I found art is a very good trick, because art can go above and beyond understanding, especially dance, and it is about feeling. When you go to see a movie, you receive feeling. You don't need to be those characters. You don't need to be having the fully understanding of what was the situation at this moment of the movie. You just receive the movie and there is feelings. When music is playing, you don't maybe need to understand the lyrics to receive feelings.
Yes.
So with art, this is kind of like, for me, a form of transmission and channeling. It's like I just share those feelings that I've been carefully nourishing, welcoming, understanding, polishing, making something that I can, I can offer. I can make it useful for myself first, and realizing, because it's a step by step, that was only me working for myself until I started to release that in a more focused manner by a dance, for example, and realize that it can please a lot of people actually. So the
Yes.
sublimation is this kind of way to turn those things into something that you could consider higher. And it's also this beautiful effect that the water, we're made of water, the body is water. Water is a very, very deep, deep, deep work that I'm experiencing. It's coming. I'm spending years now studying water, and soon I will be ready, I feel, to unlock the possibility for everyone to really understand the divine nature of water and how you can really use it every day, really create this nourishing substance for yourself. So there is this aspect as well that is included. And I found it very funny to address the question of water in the middle of the desert, because I realized that here in this empty, wild landscape, I am a drop of water. And this honored again my body as a container of this sacred substance. So this is very related to my healing practice that I discovered earlier by helping a friend that she were very, very sad. And one day I just welcome her to say, okay, come with me and we're going to do a few breath exercise. And something came very naturally, and I asked her, okay, lay down now. I grabbed the blankets and the throws that I had on my couch, and I started to wrap her like an infant, like a baby, like someone who needed a hug.
Yes.
But I realized that I was clear in this information that it wasn't the need of a hug. It was something that it needed to be reunified with herself, that I didn't know how to help her without taking her in my arms as Amma is doing. But I recognized there was something about that, something close to that. And so I wrapped the blanket that I kind of create this in between, this tool to help her to go through that in her own journey. And then I closed my eyes, placed my hand above. I wasn't yet trained in Reiki, but I had these abilities, and I placed my hand above her and started to see incredible colors. And it was really like, this kind of like, right when the heartbeat is doing that.
Yes.
And that was framed with colors. And it was very spiky and electric. And so I had this intuition to just help to soothe that until to form a beautiful, soft, round shape around her. And all those spike of energy that they were coming from her body to just, unified and a little bit soften and fade the colors. They were a big red and then a big orange. I was like, oh, let's soothe this in between colors. Like, let's merge all of those together. And then I was, okay, what am I doing now? I don't know.
What is happening now? So you're just the divine vessel of light, the divine clear, crystal clear channel, and you're just allowing yourself to be a divine instrument for these frequencies, these higher holy frequencies to come through you. So lucky girl who had this session with you, the swaddling session.
It was very, very like the first things that I did. I don't know what I'm doing at this time, and the next day I come and see her, and I'm like, how do you feel? Like, because I was still expecting her to be very sad. She had very a downtime. It was very rough for her, and she was like, I slept like never before, and I feel something is now in peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was like, oh, okay. And a few days later, things were starting to come down, like clear vision of wrapping. It became very, very clear. And by asking other friends, hey, do you want me to do that to you? Because I'm just find that it's really interesting for me to do it. Would you like to experience that? And my friend, yeah. So it started really like, how can I help people next to me? Because it's really about love. Until it became more precise and more, and this came also with a lot of remembering of past experience of healing through different part of my timeline and things like that. So Swaddling now take a very interesting part in my life, because I was about to offer that to the world as a real healing session with clients and possibility to book at the time that coronavirus came and lock us everybody apart. So I took this time also to deep dive into it, to really improve the technique. And as soon as this confined situation will be a little bit less, with less restriction, I will invite you and everyone who wants to experience this time to come with me. I can come to you. I also would like to experience it in really nature. And so would like to find some people who would like to experience this wrapping the body.
I'm available to give and receive. And I live right by the ocean. And since you are really like, we're talking about the ocean and that we are made of 80% more of water, and how important that is to cleanse and purify our nervous systems, to, I call it baptizing and blessing our emotions, our feelings, and to release those into the ocean, to give it into the ocean, but also to become a part of the ocean and become oceanic. We are part of the ocean, right? So that would be wonderful. Actually, what I do too is when I give when I offer healing sessions in the summer, I do it at the beach on the sand, so people are grounded, and also we can swim before and after, and kind of like jump in and just cleanse ourselves of all of the density and negativity or anxiety that we're feeling. So this would be a day in nature, or even in the park, under a tree, to really feel it, so like rooted and grounded. So that would be wonderful. My question is, have you experienced this yourself?
So that's where I believe I did. Somehow, somewhere, because when I did it the first time, and after all the experience that I had with others, I feel what I'm giving. There is a beautiful exchange. It's almost, when you do a Reiki session, you're helping someone to tap into their light, but you also align yourself, so you benefit from it. And by wrapping others, I feel this is a moment for me to give back how much I've been taken care of, and I really love knowing that someone feels okay, safe, and secure. It is something that when I do this swaddling healing session, it really nourish myself as much, to really receive the swaddling, because I want that as well. My idea in the future is also to invite people to learn as a technique, to do it inside their family, and two other friends. It's very simple. You just need few blankets and things like that. There's a little protocol that I would love to share, but I'm sure between now and the time that I'm ready to create sort of training, a lot of knowledge will be unfold and things will change. But to do
Yes.
so and to have this experience for myself, I started to do it with a blanket, wrapping myself, like tucking myself as I could. And I think that's how it started technically, because when I was feeling very, very down, I live far away from my family. So this, I think it's one of the ingredients that it forced me to find a solution to feel whole and tight. And I have a beautiful husband that, I mean, we're together for 11 years, and it's a love and life journey that I'm blessed to receive in this time. And but there is something different than being held by yourself. I really truly believe that we're good when we're good with ourselves. Seeking for others information, others approval, others gentle touch is something, but we have to be gentle with ourselves. So in this manner of being gentle with myself, I was just tucking myself and listening to theta waves or brain waves, meditation, to kind of embrace that. And so this is kind of like the way that I experience my own swaddling. Now I create this recording of 15 minutes of a swaddling, self-swaddling transmission, that it's free for everyone to experience, to have a little insight of what it could feel like. I give at the beginning of the recording an explanation in the intro of how what is swaddling, and then you go into very easily, you tuck yourself.
Exactly. I listened to a little bit of the preview of this beautiful and generous, kind, free gift that you're offering everyone who's listening to this video today. So everyone will receive it. Yes. What else would you like to share about your life, your dreams, your visions? What's happening in this unprecedented pandemic, global health crisis timeline? In a few words, I mean, if there's anything else that you feel that people need to hear, perhaps let's spend maybe the next few moments talking about that.
Yeah. So as an inside, I would like to share with everyone that I feel that time is now and here. The time is, it's now. It is more than ever a now moment, a now present time. Yes, what is happening outside is unprecedented, but it helps us to also maybe it pushes us to take responsibilities, the abilities to respond. This is what responsibility is. The possibility to respond, to be the one who say yes or no to this future that you want to see coming. I truly believe that more we are to really embody the light, we're gonna see heaven on earth very soon. It's a matter of being just more to believe in it. It's a matter of trust and faith. And I encourage everyone to, at least for a little time at home, to be in the stillness and quietness, whatever that means for them, because it could be with a little bit of music or things like that. It is something that you can do for yourself to realign. It's very easy. The channel are wide open. Energies are flowing through us. We have cosmic windows that have never been that way. We're really supported, and there is everything around you that is here to set you up for success. angels, guardians, healers, ancestors, divine presence. Call them out, ask them for assistance. If you don't know how to meditate, ask, how can I meditate? Show me how, and you will find, it will come. It's a matter of being patient as well. But patience pays, so please wait in the stillness. That will be a beautiful thing to do in the coming time. And summer is also coming. Season have a lot of effect on me, and I believe on everyone's too. So look at your life and understand that this is a blessing.
Yes, not a burden, but a blessing.
And there is
not a curse, but a prayer.
Yeah.
And an awakening. This is the shift. This is the golden age of enlightenment. And like you said, yeah.
Enlightenment is not an easy path. It never been. And it's a true mistake to think that, oh, because I'm going to meditate, I'm going to feel better. First, by meditating, you're going to see all your thoughts and how much your mind and heart center are clustered with things that they are useless, but they have been putting on you from your history, your family, or the society. It takes time to shed. It's about shedding. Let go and let go and let go. And through that, then it will become, as much as you clear, as much as you receive. It takes time, but please wait and be disciplined. Some semi-form of discipline is important. Something that you can pinpoint in your day. I had this clear message that is living inside me, that is, we are like a lighthouse. And to make sure the boat can come to the port safe and secure, you have to beam a light that is always here the same way. So depending on your lifestyle, every morning, every evening, maybe in one time in the morning, maybe one time in the evening, just find a ritual, something where you can be this lighthouse to the universe and let things come to you. You'll see boat will come back to the port. The boats are everywhere, full of gift and treasure for you. They just need to see where is the lighthouse, where the port is to bring that all.
Yes, thank you so much, Matteo. First of all, I just wanted to add that as I'm watching you, I'm seeing a lot of angelic sparks of light, but also like a lot of color. I know you do have a backdrop, but the color that I've been I call them the God rays, or the Ascension rays of God. And the ones that have been coming through for me are like violet purple, but more like an indigo, like so a bluish purple lavender mix. And that's what I'm seeing around your halo, around your angel chakra, I call them, you know. And it's a very serene and peaceful, comforting presence. So with the swaddling technique, this process, not a technique, but a somatically oriented body process where people can feel that they're being wrapped in the arms of love and feeling safe and secure and held in this holy love, this divine love, this unconditional love, and this is the most important gift for all of humanity, especially for those of us that are being re-triggered and re-traumatized in this timeline of uncertainty and this great mystery of what's going to happen next. if we had a difficult upbringing with our birth mothers, if we didn't know our birth mothers, if we didn't have proper bonding, appropriate touch during that critical, the critical developmental years. If our birth mother was distracted or unavailable to really hold us and support us and provide that tender affection, if we fell down, if we were scared, if whatever we were going through, to feel that we have this protective safety net. So this swaddling, when I heard about it, I immediately resonated with it, because I also have these body processes that I haven't actually used yet in public myself, because most of my work since 2012 has been online, which is such a glorious gift because I could reach people globally. But this is what I do energetically for people still, and people can really feel it, because this is a feeling universe now. We're in the heart chakra of the planet, so everything, our hearts contain everything, all the wisdom, all the compassion, all the love. And we have to be able to, now that it's available, experience it ourselves. So between Alma's hugs and this unconditional, maternal, giving, generous, empowering, supportive love, and the swaddling, just being held and feeling like we have safe boundaries at the same time, where we can receive appropriate touch, and we feel this, if we're shut down, if we're emotionally shut down or numb, and it wasn't safe for us to feel our feelings anymore, because we were maybe touched inappropriately as a child or whenever that was, or our mother when we were in the womb didn't receive the physical touch, the nurturing touch that we all as humans need and crave and long for, especially now. Then this is what we can give to ourselves.
Exactly. It's really, regardless the external environment, the external information, there is something that I believe it is necessary to do so every day, is to being in this vessel, to be in this body. It can trigger some people, yes, to step out of this body and don't think about it or think like that. But I will just encourage people to be there with the light. And the light will take care of it. If things need to be clear, it will be clear. If things need to be recharged, it will be recharged. The swaddling can be seen as a ritual. I invite people, I did that once, to create a ritual to learn to let go and embody this process of letting go something that the person didn't want it to carry over, and needed a very an act. How can I, some semi-form, how can I die and reborn in this life? And I exchanged with this idea of, in this process of swaddling, there is very something common to embalming. And this is where I think I also retrieve some memories from maybe something from ancient Egypt or something.
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
How can you transition, maybe psychologically, energetically, all of these can be done by, with your intention, I will wrap you in a very careful and benevolent way and help you to let go of that. And when we will unwrap all your body, you will be reborn, like shedding out of the cocoon, being released and reborn. This follows with a lot of energy, energetic attunement, harmonization of all the energetic centers, to really kind of like move forward to something with yourself. So you can let go of something, or you can also embodying something. I use a lot of sacred geometry. So you can lay down and say, I don't know what I have to let go, but I would like to gain in those kind of form of wellness with myself. So according to different sacred geometries, pulsing energies, I will just wrap you and offer you the benefits of being fully charged with that and keep on your days. It's a multimodality technology deep down, but it requires a body, a blanket, and someone to take care of you.
That's pretty simple.
Right.
I'm looking forward to this post-pandemic timeline when we can actually all socially engage and connect with each other, because this is what humans need. We need this physical touch. We're craving it. We're longing for it. So many of us are isolated and experiencing so much loneliness. And if we already felt isolated, lonely, or we're already working from home, let's say like me, or maybe you just, are just feeling like you haven't found your tribe yet, then definitely let's all stay connected. And I would love for you to share how people can find you, because I'm sure that there will be flocks and masses of people who will want to also experience this beautiful physical healing modality.
So many things is bubbling right now. It's a very interesting time. Again, you can find me on my website, Matteo Amrit Guillin. You will find, I'm sure, some link somewhere. And also, I use Instagram with Matteo Amrit Guillin. And on my YouTube channel with my artwork and few little things that I post there. For the self-swaddling transmission, you can also find it on Instagram, my website, and on YouTube. It's all here given for free for you to experience. And if you do the experience and love it, please share with me a little insight of what you've been receiving. I really believe on sharing to receive. And so I will be gladly to hear anyone who had this experience to give me their feedback for me to improve the technique, and also to be here as a listener to their experience. I do the post experience serving as well. So if anyone want to exchange or talk with me to what they've been through after the swaddling, I'm here for that. And
how many sessions do you generally offer? Like, what is the guidance that you're receiving from your guides about how many sessions people need? Of course, everyone's going to be different.
Exactly.
But is there a system, or is there a bundle of sessions, like a package, or just one? How does that generally work for people to know?
Let's say that the first session really give us an idea of what's gonna come next, pretty much, because I found people really tap into what they were supposed to do and absolutely being fine and feel recharged and restored and everything is absolutely fine, and not having to schedule another session behind. Sometimes it could be, I believe that it can become something like maybe every 6 months you come back and we realign or maintain this kind of like alignment. It can be every week. But I also trust the numbers, like the 3, for example, 1 session, 2 session, 3 session, and see where we can go from there.
Yes.
I will say that it is really on measure. Even the session itself inside the modality of the use of singing bowl, crystals, sacred geometries, Reiki energy, and also if the person is willing to receive physical massage, is very, I keep it really on measure. I don't have
open, so you're pretty much just following the instructions and the downloads from the spirit. That's what we do.
You know what you experience, but there will be those things that they will be very useful for people. I also can offer time to get outside of the swaddling and talk and experience different things and help people to realize that they're connected to their energetic body every day and they're receiving information and they can trust that. Because I think a lot of people is seeking outside knowledge and, oh, where is my, I want to work on my energy and relate on others. I would be gladly here to tell them and show them how this tiny thing is already an information. This big thing is another information for your energetic work that you can relate on. I go by this word saying that if you want someone to be fitted, don't teach them, don't give them fish, teach them how to fish. You know this story, and this is where I stand now for. I don't hold knowledge. I'm just a container and ready to share and for you to be empowered. We all need to have human empowered, light up to move forward. There is no interest for me to keep information or to just keep you in a situation where you're gonna need me. Almost if you come, I would like to not to see you again. I would like to know that you're spreading the light, your light, and enlightening others and others. It's more like sharing in this sense.
Sharing is caring. So, can you just spell the name of your website one more time before we say goodbye? I mean, I really enjoyed being with you so much today. It was just so sweet. And I have so much gratitude. So can you spell your website?
So it's my full name, Matteo, Matteo, Amrit, Amrit, Guillin, Guillin. If you see also on the video of my dance that we have been showing through the interview, there is my name right under the video. If you're scared to do a mistake, you can just screenshot this little thing and find me. I'm very easy to find. And it will be a pleasure. Any question, anything, I'm here to share. There is no limitation.
Thank you, Matteo. Thank you so very much. It was an honor and pleasure and a joy to be with you today. Thank you for saying yes to being on the New Earth Ascension show on the New Earth One Network and spreading the love, spreading the light, and radiating the joy to all beings and all timelines, galaxies, and realities. So thank you. I already feel swaddled in this beautiful cocoon and blanket of love. So I wish you a beautiful day. And let's stay connected and looking forward to the swaddling. Okay, bye for now. And thank you everyone for coming. Bless
you. Thank you everyone. Bless all of you.
Thank you.